Have you ever got up screaming and sweating profusely from sleep? Like you just went through a thrilling experience but woke up only to realize that you're still in bed? This is exactly what we're going to be talking about today: nightmares. Nightmares can trigger a strong emotional response from the mind, like fear, melancholy, anxiousness, or extreme distress. Different fantasies are relayed during a nightmare, which can leave a lasting impression on your mood due to its frightening and unsettling nature. It varies greatly from person to person, but the most common ones are being hunted, falling from a building or a rooftop, or feeling lost or trapped. You must have experienced at least one of these. Did you know that the content, visual, and memory activation are all under the control of the dream? Welcome back, guys, for yet another video on an interesting topic that could leave you cringing: nightmares. Today, we share with you the top 10 commonly occurring nightmares and what they mean. So let's first see, what is a nightmare? Our minds produce stories and visuals in our dreams while we sleep. They can be amusing, romantic, distressing, frightening, and odd or totally absurd at times. The structures involved in dream production and dream organization have been of interest to neuroscientists. Psychoanalysts, on the other hand, focus on the significance of dreams and relate them into the dreamer's past connections. Dreams tell us that we are usually full of emotional and flamboyant experiences, with themes, issues, dream figures, and items that are intimately related with our regular way of life. If you suffer the same nightmare over and over, the subconscious might be trying to communicate with you. So next time, pay better attention to some of the repeating ones. It's best to consult a mental health professional if we can't figure out why we're having awful dreams all the time. They might be able to figure out what's causing your nightmares and offer you some advice and meditation tips. Nightmares aren't real, and nor are they going to turn into reality. Nightmares are just frightening dreams that make the dreamer experience a variety of unpleasant emotions. They can affect both adults and children, and some of the factors which contribute to their occurrence are stress, fear, trauma, mental disorders, and a few diseases. Nightmares might become an issue if they continue to disrupt your sleep schedule, resulting in insomnia or persistent stress throughout the day. Let's go over the top 10 most common nightmares that rock our nights. Number 10. Being afflicted with a sickness or experiencing a medical emergency. Nightmares could represent the dreamer's worry of something unknown or unexpected to have a detrimental impact on his or her life, like, for instance, a deep fear of getting sick or suffering a major disease. A nightmare concerning an illness could be an alert issued by our brain to our conscious mind to inform the dreamer of an impending sickness, even if one isn't aware of it. So, if you're having repeated nightmares of falling sick or being hospitalized, you better run a routine medical check on yourself. For all you know, your brain might just be hinting at something. Number 9. Being harmed or attacked. When you fear certain people or have issues fitting in, either in your family, among friends, or at work, you might visualize nightmares where you can see violence inflicted on you either in physical or emotional forms. One feels symbolically attacked or criticized by others. It is critical to consider the actual circumstance and context of what's going on in the dreamer's actual life. Number 8. Personal issues. This nightmare can represent a sensation of being unable to move forward in life or of having lost control of one's life. In such nightmares, the dream involves routinely using the car to travel but not really making it anywhere, or walking around in circles with the destination always being obscure. Basically, it's a looping dream with no goal in sight. Number 7. Suffocation. This nightmare could indicate that you're feeling overwhelmed or that you've put in a lot of work with little results. It could also be interpreted as a phobia of water. It's crucial to pay attention to the entire scenario because several interpretations or even nuances could emerge. Dreaming of drowning can indicate that you're feeling overwhelmed in certain aspects of life, perhaps being swamped at work with never-ending assignments and duties, or a genuine struggle to strike a healthy work-life balance. If you do perceive drowning, it's high time to sit back and de-stress and take things lightly. Number 6. Dropping. Most of you would have woken up from sleep with a strong jerk, like you just bumped into something or the floor just gave way underneath your feet. This falling dream has no unpleasant feelings associated with it. It could be in what's known as the hypnagogic state. Between being awake and sleeping, this is the state of awareness. It comes across as being continually asleep, and suddenly a jerk awakes you, and then you find that you'd been sleeping all along. Dread of heights, a fear of not being in control, a feeling of having nothing solid to cling on to in life, or even a fear of death could all be reflected in nightmares of falling. It could also refer to a feeling of powerlessness over a situation in your life. Work, relationships, money, or a fear of letting go could all be factors. Number 5. The loss of teeth. This nightmare is usually associated with feelings of helplessness, powerlessness, or inadequacy. It can also be a sign of social humiliation, a dream of being unattractive, or a worry of being exposed as unfit. Teeth generally indicate strength and confidence. Therefore, teeth coming out in a dream can represent a loss of confidence or a blow to your self-esteem. It could also indicate becoming old or becoming less productive. Have you ever had a dream of brushing your teeth in front of the mirror and suddenly teeth start falling out one by one? Sudden change in life that involves some type of loss, such as a breakup, a job loss, or even a large financial loss, can show up as losing teeth. Number 4. Being stranded. These nightmares may be more terrifying for children than for adults. Adults may interpret it as not being in control of their lives or being unsure of what to do next or which direction to proceed in. It can convey a metaphorical sense of not being able to find one's way. It could also be a sign that you aren't paying attention or following directions or instructions being laid out at work or elsewhere. Number 3. Not passing an exam. Though the specific dream we see varies, this type of nightmare is extremely typical. It could mean that one is unprepared or hasn't done something appropriately in life. It can also allude to the sensation of having to prove oneself yet not knowing how. Variations of this dream may occur depending on the dreamer's life and employment. For more detailed definitions, it's critical to look at the exact events. For example, having a dream of being on stage before the premiere of a play, and suddenly you realize that you don't know the lines, haven't rehearsed, nor read the script. Phew, can be quite daunting. Number 2. Being exposed to the public. Such nightmares frequently indicate that the dreamer is feeling vulnerable or exposed in some manner, as if he or she has no secrets, can't measure up, or is insufficient. It could also imply feeling small or oppressed. In various aspects of our lives, a nightmare is related to feelings of vulnerability and exposure. It's also possible that you're embarrassed of yourself or anything you've done or said, and you're concerned about what others will think of you. The dreamer tends to visualize being naked in public. Maybe it's connected to a secret being disclosed, or about embarrassment and shame of the information being revealed. Dreaming about being nude, like other typical nightmares, gives a variety of interpretations. It could also indicate that you've been dishonest about something and are having difficulty concealing it. Number 1. You are being pursued. Many people claim to have nightmares of being chased. This is typically a sign that they are overwhelmed, stressed, or that something they have been avoiding is catching up with them, or that they are not achieving everything they planned for in their lives. Research says that being chased is one of the most common nightmares around the world. This dream could indicate that you are pursuing a goal but are experiencing frustration or difficulty in achieving it. It's possible that you are unsure of how to achieve your goal, or that you believe it's in jeopardy in some way. It could be anything, from an 8-foot-tall rabbit or a veiled figure at your back. Being pursued could indicate a negative emotion, like rage, envy, or resentment. If that's the case, the chaser in one of these typical nightmares could simply be an expression of your suppressed feelings. Now that we have listed the most common nightmares, it is wise to acknowledge them as an unavoidable experience that reflects the functioning of the subconscious mind. For most, they are not indicative of anything terrible. However, understanding what they mean can assist you in reflecting on and resolving problems. If you're looking for a way to end nightmares for good, start by practicing good sleep hygiene habits and making our environment more comfortable with the best-rated memory foam mattress. It's also worth noting that when we establish proper sleeping practices, the frequency of nightmares tends to decrease. If your nightmares continue and you can't get a good night's sleep, it's time to seek an expert's opinion. Do you think we covered most of the common nightmares? Have you had any other kind of nightmare? Do share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future videos. Till next time, dream on!